concretely, I request and I plead, I ask you to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. This has both a practical and diplomatic meaning to signal that you are paying attention to what happens to us and elsewhere in the world. Because the policies the government is trying to put in place, so that to return the IDPs, build camps for them, relocate them from their homes, it is not durable and it will not work, because the government has already the population that is not able to take care of. And then you have over millions of people in the camps, and you want to relocate them to where? And if you do, let's take that you do. How many houses or rooms will you give me who has 5 children, another one has 3, another one has 2? And what will I be doing for a living? These people previously never begged anybody for food. They were managing their lives, training their children, and building their homes. So nobody should have deceived us on the guys that you're going to reset to the IDPs. They have no jobs. So where you set them, what will be their place? And by the way, the fundamental question remains, if you resettle them to other camps or build places for them, what happens with the ancestral lands? Who takes care of them? And this is whereby I feel the government is complicit on this issue. Because these terrorists, Fulanis, displace them, kill people, and then occupy the place, and then change names, nomenclatures of these towns. For what reason? So we want to let the people go back to their homes and help for them to rebuild their lives. I implore this august body to insist on the return and rehabilitation of all the IDPs to their ancestral lands, and not to relocate them to other constructed camps elsewhere, which is an invented solution now being pushed in the Benue State government. And I tell you, Nigeria government can do that once they have to be accountable. Because I know Nigeria, under the auspices of ECOMOG, was able to reinstate constitutional government in Sierra Leone and Liberia. And they can do that now. We have the capacity, but because the leaders that are not prepared. And I think that's whereby I look, it's not just conspiracy of silence, it is aiding, abetting, and supporting these terrorists to keep doing their work. This is my plea. Thank you very much for this attention.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. That was the Bishop of Makurdi Diocese in Benue State, Bishop Wilfred Anagbe, speaking before the United States Congress, demanding that the United States Congress and United States government redesignate Nigeria as a country of political concern, as a country where Christians are killed and persecuted without the government doing anything to stop the killers. He spoke recently at the United States Congress, and the Congress itself is demanding that President Donald Trump should impose sanctions on Nigeria if the Nigerian government did not look into the alleged killings of Christians and taking over their communities by alleged herdsmen. This is what we're going to talk about in this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Recently, it was in the news that the United States Congress has called on President Donald Trump to redesignate Nigeria as a country of concern, where terrorist organizations inspired by religion are killing Christians, and the government is not doing anything about it, and that sanctions should be imposed against Nigeria. That is what we're going to look into very well. You listen to the Bishop Anagbe, who spoke. It was it was about a 12 minutes or 13 minute speech, but I just took an excerpt of it, about 2 minutes or thereabout, for you to capture the essence, because he was particular about Benue State and North Central Nigeria, where this problem has persisted, where armed herdsmen are taking over communities and the people are being driven away and people are being killed with the failure of government of Nigeria to do anything about it. So in his presentation, the Catholic bishop, the bishop of the Makurdi Diocese, and was pleading that they should redesignate Nigeria as a country of political concern. Of course, we know that Nigeria was designated a country of particular concern during the Trump first term. But when President Biden came in, he quickly removed that designation for no just cause, according to the US congressman, that Biden ought not to have removed Nigeria from the list of countries of particular concern. And what this means is that, don't be surprised, there may be military sanctions against Nigeria that will affect the sale of weapons to Nigeria, to the Nigerian military authorities. Don't rule it out. But let us first of all concentrate on the issues raised by Bishop Anagbe. Bishop Anagbe was saying that if they redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern because of herdsmen killing and sacking of communities and taking over those communities, and I will put links to so that you go and read in details communities that have been sacked and their communities taken over by herdsmen in Plateau State. There were reports. I will pin two of them on the screen. You can see, read them. I will also put the links under this video so that you can take your time and go and read those reports, just to show that Bishop Anagbe is not just talking, making a hollow statement at the United States Congress that communities are being sacked. Now, according to the bishop, redesignating Nigeria as a country of particular concern has both a practical and diplomatic meaning to signal that the United States government is paying attention to what happens to Nigerians and elsewhere in the world. And he said that the policies of the government of Nigeria is trying to put in place. He said the policies Nigerian government is trying to put in place, like building camps for IDPs, because many states are doing that, building camps for IDPs away from their ancestral homes to keep them, to relocate them from their homes. And he said that it is not durable, it is not workable, because government already has a lot of problems it's facing in Nigeria. If government cannot even take care of those who are in a peaceful environment, what capacity has Benue State government or any government in North Central Nigeria to be able to build camps, provide houses for IDPs, relocating them away from their ancestral homes? He said that government don't even have the capacity to do that, even though they are pretending that they will do it. He said the government already has a population that is unable to take care of. And then you have millions of people in the IDPs camp and they want to relocate them. He is asking, where do they want to relocate them to? He said that no matter how many rooms the government is going to provide, a man has 5 children. He was being simplistic in his presentation. Many families in Benue State and in Plateau, they have more than 5 children. He was talking about a man has 5 children. Some have 3 children, some 2 children. I can tell you many families have larger number than that. What kind of camp can the government build? A permanent camp to relocate them from their ancestral homes? Well, that's what he's asking. And he also asked, what would they be doing? Because you and I know that the traditional occupation of Nigerians in every indigenous community is farming. They inherited their lands from their ancestors and they are farming those farms. That's where they earn their living, subsistence agriculture. Now you want to go and build camp for them thousands of miles, hundreds of miles, tens of miles from their ancestral homes because you don't want to confront the herdsmen that have taken over their lands so that you pretend that you have restored peace. That's like the peace of the graveyard. So that's what this bishop is complaining about. He said it will not work. And he was being frank. He said the people previously never begged anybody for food. These are farmers. They through subsistence agriculture and what have you, they were able to take care of their families. They were managing their lives, training their children, and building their homes. They don't need government to build the homes for them. Nigerian government is not reliable to do anything for anybody. So people have been doing things for themselves. Now invaders came under the guise of herdsmen and took over their community. And the bishop is saying nobody should deceive us that he want to resettle the IDPs. He said, where do you want to send them? If you want to resettle them, where do you want to resettle them? Away from their ancestral home. Who does that? That was what the bishop was saying. And he said that even if you resettle them, what happens to their communities? What happened to their ancestral lands? Of course, you and I know from media reports, as the bishop also pointed out to the US Congress, the ancestral lands are taken over. This is serious, but Nigeria don't treat it seriously, and that's why the bishop had to run to America, because Nigerian government has failed woefully. What the Nigerian government was doing is basically what Benue State government is doing, which the bishop condemned, because right now the Benue State government is coming up with a policy of resettling IDPs in camps far away from their ancestral homes, because the Benue State government don't want to confront the federal government to drive away the invaders in their ancestral land, to drive them away. So the bishop is saying, and it is interesting for you to note, that even the Benue State governor himself is a reverend. It's an indictment on him that he failed his community, the Catholic community. He failed his bishop, that his bishop had to run to America to go and complain, because unlike the former governor, the present Reverend Father who is governor there is always downplaying. They are downplaying. They are not shouting a lot the way the former governor, no matter his faults, was shouting about the herdsmen killings. And the man also made an effort to establish the anti-open grazing law, which is alleged now not to be implemented or being implemented in half. Okay, so this man is saying this is wrong. And this is where he said that Nigerian government is complicit, because he believed that the Nigerian government is the one empowering the herdsmen, because it's not doing anything against them. It's not trying to root them out from people's lands. Instead, they are trying to romanticize them, literally, by allowing them to stay in people's communities and then send the original inhabitants of the community elsewhere to go and build camp for them. And interestingly, some Nigerians who are accepting this. When the other day Donald Trump talked about removing the people from Gaza, they were among the first to complain, but they don't say anything about this complaint that this bishop had taken to the United States. So the bishop is insisting that the government is complicit on the taking over of ancestral lands by herdsmen. He said that these terrorist herdsmen kill and displace people and then change names of these towns You know, there are people who may not believe that these people change stance of communities when they take over. But I will put documented reports by Vanguard newspaper and by This Day newspaper, so that you go and read the details about communities that their names were changed when the terrorist herdsmen took over their communities, and the government of their state and the government of Nigeria failed them to this day. So that's why the bishop is insisting that the US Congress should redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and to ensure that the Nigerian government is forced to relocate these people to their ancestral homes instead of going to build a new home for them. Relocate them to their ancestral homes, protect them in their ancestral homes. And he said that Nigerian people has the capacity. He was telling the US Congress, say, look, Nigerian government was able to restore democracy and stability in Liberia through a COMOG, that Nigeria had not been able to deal with the herdsmen sacking communities in Nigeria is because Nigerian government is complicit. And the only way to make Nigerian government to play ball is to punish them through sanction. That's what the bishop is saying. I don't know what you think about this. Whatever is your position, let's hear from you. And as for those who may be in doubt about the changing of communities, as I promised, I will put the newspaper reports on changing of names, community names in Plateau State, reports by Vanguard and This Day, and now the Bishop of Makurdi is telling us it's also happening in Benue State. And it's also happening in Nasarawa State. It's happening in very many parts of north central Nigeria. And there are many people also who are complaining that herdsmen are occupying several ungoverned areas across Nigeria. There are those who are alleging that. Don't forget, there was recently a report that Southwest farmers signed peace accord with herders so that they could be allowed to farm in their ancestral land. It shows you that this problem is a nationwide problem, but nobody is doing anything about it. But this bishop, many people have described him as being courageous by going to the United States to lay this complaint at the US Congress. And already the US Congress is calling on President Trump to do the needful. And the bishop believes that if pressure is put on Nigerian leaders, they will be able to do the right and drive away the herdsmen and return the people to their ancestral land, saying that the only thing Nigeria need is to be pressured. They have the capacity. They did it in ECOMOG. Why can't they do it at home? That is the position of the bishop. Whatever is your position on this issue, we would like to hear from you at the comment section. And also, try and read the links to the story we are telling you about. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it higher and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.